Hello and welcome to the 10th episode of our weekly Unity tip Roundup, where we take a look at the tweets that were posted or mentioned on or around each Tuesday under the Unity tips hashtag. It was hard for us to choose only 5 tips from this week, but we hope that we can bring you something new and inspiring. In this episode, we gather tweets that were posted, shared or retweeted around 15th of March 2022. Our first tip of this week is by Script Welder. He's a very active game developer and his works include Deep Sleep, Waterworks and more. He already has more than 4,000 followers. Check out his profile for links to his games. His tip is helpful if you ever had to work with lists in the inspector. You will probably have noticed that the elements usually have very uninspired names like element 0, element 1 and so on. Apparently, you can add a name or ID field to your class and it will then be used as a name for the element in the list. Check out the animation to see it in action. Vehicle Physics is back with almost 2,400 followers. If you want to learn more about his Vehicle Physics and Vehicle Physics Pro packages, check them out in the Asset Store. Surprisingly, he made our list for this week with a tip that is not physics related. It is for all of those that frequently use Blender to create assets and want to export their materials to Unity and have normal and albedo maps in the right places. Check out the picture in his post to see how it works. Peter, also known as Sunny Valley Studios, made our list again. He surpassed 500 followers a few days ago and is now heading for the next big number. He has a more general tip for all of those projects out there where you can destroy objects at runtime. Sometimes you want to play a sound when an object disappears, but that might be tricky if you want to destroy it at the same time. PlayClipAtPoint will help you with this, because it creates a temporary audio source that will automatically be removed when the clip finished. Moinen is a game dev with an interest in pixel and voxel art. In the tweet we find an image that will show you how you can use the blank space in the inspector that is shown whenever you have nothing selected. This is quite an interesting tip to utilize an otherwise wasted space of screen real estate. Definitely give it a try. John is a game developer with 627 followers, at least by day, because at night he is a superhero. Let's keep his identity a secret between us. Since he already has an impressive list of games, head over to his profile for the list. The tip he is sharing is of a more general nature. But as a Unity developer, you might be more than familiar with what he is talking about. He suggests to keep a file in every project you start to keep track of what you already did, what you were currently doing, and what your plans for the future were. This way you won't be totally lost if you come back to a project after a break. And let's face it, we all have at least a dozen cool projects in a somewhat half-developed state. And since we are always proud of our own tips, here is the one we submitted for this week. Have you ever had to add a color field to your own custom classes? And have you ever thought about having a specialized type of color field? Like, for example, an HDR color, or one with or without an alpha value? The solution is quite simple. There is a ColorUsage Attribute, and it lets you define if you want your color field to be HDR or not, and to have an alpha value or not. Check out the picture to see how it works. And on that colorful note we will end this week's list. As always, it was really nice to see how many Unity developers take part in this weekly tradition. And again, we want to make sure that you understand that the success of all of this is only possible because of the hard work and dedication put in by all those people out there posting quality content each and every week. So if you learned something new, show the creator your appreciation and leave them a like, a follow or whatever you feel like. When you are done with all that, may we recommend visiting our own channel? Not only will you find more episodes of this series, but also a few Unity tutorials on different topics. And while you are there, consider subscribing. Oh, and hit the bell icon to get notifications. For any questions, comments, recommendations or requests, please use the comment section. Thank you for your time and see you next week.